to rethink why we exist. Rather, it was to reinvest. Reinvest in what we do and remember what it is that makes us so special. So tonight, we're starting a new chapter. A new chapter in our history. And here to announce this new brand and issue a call to action to each of us, I'm proud to introduce our CEO of the Worldwide organization, Alvin Roars. Please welcome Alvin.
Was it Kenon great? Thank you so much, Doug. Hello, fellow entrepreneurs. Welcome to another World Cup, a place where we put our best thinking and hard work to test, a place where we bring the world closer together. I'm thrilled to be here with you tonight on what is a very important moment in our organization's history, a night when we unveil our new brand and name. As our chairman described, the rebranding process we've been working on so hard this past year and a half is certainly newsworthy, but it is really only the beginning of a much larger story. We talk about it because it is the one thing that is so visible and obvious to all of us and to everyone outside of our organization. But the fact is, the reasons behind the name change go very deep below the surface. SIFE was created more than 35 years ago, long before concepts like microloans and social enterprises even existed. We were created in order to prove the transformative power of the entrepreneurial spirit, not just because business has incredible potential to do good in the world, but because individual people can do incredible good in the world by applying the best practices of business and entrepreneurship. Nobody knows better than you what can happen when a group of entrepreneurs takes action for the greater good. Nobody knows better than you the transformative power for the entrepreneurial spirit. You witness it in your projects every day. You find potential where others can only see problems. You find value where others can only see the ordinary or even the worthless. And when you apply your creativity and hard work, things change. When you take action and are willing to be accountable for outcomes, lives change. Because at the center of our entire approach is empowerment. We become empowered to take action, and in turn we are able to unleash the entrepreneurial spirit in those we serve. Doug's words are important to remember. Once you start to realize the impact we have, you begin to see our true potential to affect change on an even larger scale. Not just as an opportunity, but as an obligation. Once you realize you have something that works so well, you want to share it with as many people as possible. And the name we use to share it has to be effective. So rather than abandon our commitment to the entrepreneurial spirit, we are in fact recommitting to it through this name change. We embarked upon this name change in order to find something that better reflected the spirit of this organization. Something that reflected the largest and at the same time the smallest and most personal change we can play a role in creating. We want to create something we can own and be proud of. And believe me, we did our homework. To begin, we spent a great deal of time talking to our people around the world about what was truly important about our organization. Not just what made us distinct, but what we stood for, no matter where we were operating or what problems we were solving. We also spent a lot of time thinking about our many World Cup events over the years and the many success stories we've been able to be a part of over the past 4 decades. Then we spent a lot of time trying to understand how well those distinctions and core beliefs were being reflected in our current name. The answer we heard from you was not very well. What we heard was that you had a clear sense of purpose about why you were involved and how much you loved the work you were doing. That conviction and emotion, you told us, was not being expressed effectively or consistently around the world through our current brand. The choice we faced was not easy, but it was clear. Continue to compromise, to find other ways to tell our story, to rely upon your loyalty by asking you to keep making do with a name that didn't symbolize the values that unite and motivate us, or live up to our responsibility and make the difficult decision to change the name and face all the challenges that come with such a significant decision and change. I spent the last 30 years of my career investing my time and energy in building this organization. At first, we struggled just to make payroll. Then we found the support to build a permanent headquarters, figuring out how to grow beyond 18 universities when I took over and becoming a global organization around the world. That path has never been easy. But whenever I feel discouraged or have difficulty facing a tough decision, I think of each of you and the personal commitment and sacrifices you make to support this community. From the time each of you invest to participate in events like this, to the financial contributions our partners make to support this organization, to the obstacles our teams so often have to overcome just to do their projects. So despite how much personal history I have with the name Scythe, my commitment is to each of you and the potential we represent together. I knew in my heart that in order to fulfill that commitment, we had to make this decision. Believe me, the task wasn't easy, especially when you consider the need to build a brand that works across 40 different countries and cultures. While there is no single word or short combination of words that can literally describe all of the complexity of this organization, or the huge difference that we make, we had to at least have a name that really stood for something significant. A name that was grounded in a sense of purpose and that over time could come to symbolize the philosophy that guides us. A name that was as unique as the thousands of ways each of us bring that philosophy to life every day. And a name that could be as global as the organization it represents. I believe we did it. And as I prepare to introduce our new name to the world, I want to reassure you that this is not about reinventing the organization you and I have worked so hard to build. This is, in fact, exactly the opposite. This is about elevating our efforts. It's about stating with full clarity who we are and what we stand for. We are a community of people that believe human progress depends on our ability to tap into the entrepreneurial spirit that lives within each of us and channel the unique talents and passions and ideas we each possess toward creating good in the world. We are a community of student, academic, and business leaders committed to using the power of entrepreneurial action to enable progress around the world. I pledge to each of you, and I ask from each of you to pledge along with me. Together, let's pledge to recommit to this belief, to the purpose that unites us. Let's pledge to recommit to growing our reach and influence so we can touch more lives. This, ladies and gentlemen, students and faculty and business people from around the world, this is the first step toward meeting that pledge.
What is it that compels us? What is it that gives us the courage to step out of the box, to think, to imagine, and to dream? What is it, this spirit, that courses through the heart of who we are? It is the spirit of the entrepreneur, and it's what makes us different. Where others see challenge, we see opportunity. While others fear failure, we fear never having tried. When others dwell on what is not, we dwell on what can be, what should be, what must be. And then we act, turning ideas into action, action into progress. This is our commitment, our quest. Guided by educators, supported by business leaders, we can depart the comfort of the classroom and step out of our textbooks and into the lives of others to make a positive impact by enabling progress through entrepreneurial action. And we have. In one part of the world, we have created a training program that is turning unemployed women into business owners, able to provide for their families. In another, we have developed a sustainable business model that is transforming an entire community with new economic opportunity. In still another, we have unearthed technologies that are empowering low-income people with profitable ways to grow and market food. These are among the thousands of successes that inspire us. We are students, educators, and business people, a community, and we are proof that when entrepreneurs take action, positive change can and does happen. Proof that when we harness the power of our imagination, our ingenuity, and our creativity, and use it to empower those in need, lives can be improved, and progress, real human progress, can be made. This is our destination, a world made better, as it has always been made better, through entrepreneurial action. We are united. We are resolute. We are ENACTUS. ENACTUS, entrepreneurs in action for the greater good.